Last time I did a gaming challenge, my ego took a massive hit from my failure to complete Boneworks as a pacifist without taking damage. I cannot allow that to happen again. Today I move on from Boneworks and try to beat Bonelab with only my fists. The rules are pretty simple. 1. No weapons. 2. The challenge starts off with possibly the most inefficient hanging ever. This guy has to pull this lever 8 times to kill me. I find my first enemy chained to the wall. Ooh, kinky. This is definitely a fair fight. I push through the heaviest doors in existence and find myself in this office area. Most of my recording is just me punching people in the head. My right arm was killing me after this. And here we have my first near-death experience. As long as there's an enemy within punching distance, I can normally recover. Mike Tyson himself couldn't do shit against me. Here is a good time to mention that I'm not just punching to deal damage. If I had to play through this whole campaign with only right hooks, my goddamn wrist would fall off. You'll catch me headbutting and maybe throwing people to their death, but never with a weapon. Back to the challenge. These Omni projectors are definitely the hardest enemy in this run. Typically they go down in one punch, but they'll make sure to perfectly track your every move while you're running up to them. Believe it or not, I was actually a pro wrestler back in the good old days. Good to see my skills being put to use still. My elevator skills, however, could use some work. Whoa! Oh no! I'm sure if you've seen anything on Bonelab before, you'll know what comes next in the campaign. You have to try out the 6 different modes in the Bone Hub. They range from half-decent to borderline shit minigames. I really don't count this as part of the campaign, so for this run and any future runs, I'm skipping it. Plus, if I have to sit through that fucking crane puzzle one more time, there's really not much to talk about here. I skipped this slow-ass elevator by literally just walking. And this crane thing bugged out on me. It took an embarrassingly long time to fix, and I won't make you watch it. Ugh! What the fuck is wrong with this thing? What is wrong with this goddamn thing? This Omni projector was a little confused. Hey, get that fucking gun out of my face right now, you piece of shit. What the hell do you think you're doing? I tried to help by making him shoot his friend, but somehow he killed himself. Apparently that jumping bug from Boneworks is also present in Bonelab. You bet your ass I'm gonna use it to cheese the game. Just like an unwanted child, this turret section stumbled into my life and started demanding child support. What the fuck am I talking about? I could use this trash can lid as a shield, but that feels kinda cheap. I prefer blocking the bullets with my fists, however ineffective they may be. On my first try, I almost made it. If I just ran a bit farther to punch this guy, I would have been good. For some reason, one of the Omni projectors came over to my checkpoint, so I grabbed him to use the free revive. My genius truly knows no bounds. We're going together, bud! It almost didn't work, but I managed to cave in his skull at the last second. After killing the other 2, some more spawned in behind me and got me. Then, for some reason, they despawned and never showed up again. I'm not complaining. This nobody got the drop on me, so I retaliated with some open fist half-dragon palm strikes to the chest. And of course, some closed fist hammer strikes to the head. I genuinely hate this section of the game. The only way I know to get past is to climb this platform and do some simple parkour. This is a great chance to mention the most annoying fucking thing in the entire game. In Boneworks, to climb something, you simply reach up, raise your legs, and push yourself up. In Bonelab, you do the exact same thing, except you have a random chance of being thrown at fucking Mach 17 forwards. Wow, what a great trap. This part at the end reminds me a lot of Runoff. It also reminds me just how different the maps are in Boneworks and Bonelab. In Boneworks, you had mostly these big, somewhat open maps. There were multiple routes to take and plenty of hidden areas. Bonelab also has plenty of hidden stuff, but the levels themselves are scaled back and very linear. Both games have their good and bad levels, but overall, I like Boneworks levels better. Didn't think this video would turn into a review, but here we are. Don't think for a second I hate Bonelab though, I love it. There are just some changes they made from Boneworks I don't agree with. This level is a literal on-rails shooter. I just wish there were some enemies instead of these cutout targets. Not that I could shoot them anyways. Yeah, I sat there browsing Twitter like a degenerate for the whole ride. Next level. I really don't know why everything is so damn foggy. It isn't like this in the headset. For some reason, these Omni projectors all took 2 punches to die. I don't know if these guys were stronger than normal or if I was just punching wrong, but they went down pretty quickly with my famous 1-2 tap.
Ah, if only I could use that, but no, I must use these.
I tried headbutting this nobody, but instead I just kinda pushed him over with my head without dealing damage. The headbutt did numbers on this poor little crablet though. Keep that move in mind, it'll be useful later. And by later, I mean right now. If you sprint at an enemy and do a nice solid headbutt, it will instantly kill them most of the time. Once you get the movement down, you can pretty much one-shot every enemy. It's the little tactics like this that make gaming challenges so fun. Playing a game the way it wasn't meant to be played always brings interesting challenges and even more interesting solutions. It's great. I get my body log, which I already had, and am tasked to fill it up, which of course means minigames disguised as full levels. Street Puncher is actually one of my favorite levels. It's kind of made for this challenge actually. Killer music, free ass beat, what's not to love here? Fun fact, 100% of male players fondle themselves when starting this level. Seriously, look it up. Just kidding, I know your fat, lazy ass won't bother clicking off this video for 2 seconds to prove me wrong. Shame on you. And shame on me for being a perv. Anyways, there's not much to say about this level, other than this bullshit death. Seriously, I should have made that jump. The heavy is extremely OP since you can one-shot pretty much everything. That's why I won't be using the heavy avatar for every single level. I have far too much honor to stoop as low as cheesing a game. Disgusting. Apparently that jumping bug from Boneworks is also present in Bonelab. You bet your ass I'm gonna use it to cheese the game. When Bonelab first launched, I was one of the troglodytes that got stuck on this level for a while. I'm not angry at the poor level design, before they made it more obvious. I'm far angrier at the wasted potential. I mean, you have a fun combat system and a moon level, yet there are no enemies here? The fuck? This is a pretty fun racetrack. I just don't think it should be a full level. Much like the past 3, this is a minigame disguised as a full-on level. Don't get me wrong, the go-kart is amazing, but driving 3 laps is nowhere close to a full level. Shit took me 2 minutes. We start off this level with my right hand finally giving up after all these years of masturbating. A quick reset and it's back to normal, ready to pump again. I climbed up to the top and this little turret pissed me off. It even let off one last fuck you shot as I threw it down. I was very scared that this ball thing was immune to punches. It took a good 40 to 50 punches to finally kill it. I got a rusty key. You can tell this is one of the top levels right off the bat. I mean, it hits you with the hardest puzzle in the entire game in the first 10 seconds. It's always so satisfying to punch these skeleton skulls straight off. Now you might catch some non-fist kills here. If you're gonna sit here and hold me responsible for every single accidental death around me, then this challenge may as well be impossible. And it is just too damn fun not to throw these skeletons into these buzzsaws. Plus, they spawn infinitely, which took me an embarrassing amount of time to realize. Finally, enough boring-ass puzzles, onto the action. I rudely interrupted this guy's nap, but made up for it by putting him back to sleep. Permanently. You know, watching this back, I tend to notice how I almost always go straight for the head. Is it a sign of my quickly declining sanity, or my amazing gamer killer instinct? I'll go with the latter. Gotta love a sucker punch to the back of the head. A quick trip through the shit-covered sewer pipes, and whoops, looks like I brought my fists to a gunfight. Doesn't really matter, they don't stand a chance. You might ask how I dealt with these turrets. Well, I didn't even touch the first one, and the second one mysteriously fell down. Is using a plant pot cheating? Well, maybe, but goddamn, punching every single enemy in the game is way too boring for YouTube and my small brain. I gained a tactical advantage by putting a garbage can on this guy, and when that doesn't work, I do the norm. Cave in his skull with my bare hands. After killing this turret, can objects even be killed? I discovered that the Omni projectors are cheating bastards. Look at this clear example of X-ray. Gamers are the worst. I help this nobody under the subway and have the favor returned by his brother. Look at this near-death experience. I couldn't believe it when it happened, but that's just how I am, doing the impossible.
Oh, look at that!
Luckily, this isn't a no-damage run or I'd be screwed here. I genuinely had no idea what I was gonna do about this turret, but then he just died, I guess? That was probably the longest and my favorite level in this game. Back to the bastards that tried hanging me in the beginning. Yeah, I have no clue what the hell the story here is, but I do love killing people. For some odd reason, I couldn't damage this turret no matter how hard I punched. In the end, I think he somehow shot himself? I really don't know.
We banished you.
Spanish yourself, bitch. Aw yeah, a good old-fashioned bar fight. What the fuck? I really have no clue. And here we are at the end. Don't even try asking what is going on, I'm not nearly high enough to understand. And that just proves that yes, you can in fact beat Bonelab with only your fist. What a surprise.
Hey, there you are, finally. Hey, mind giving her a push? Yo, help me out here, push the cab.
I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you like this video, you might want to check out my other gaming challenges, and you might consider subscribing, leaving a like, leaving a comment, who knows. And if you didn't like this video, well, go ahead, leave a dislike, show up to my house, kill me, I don't really care. But what you are required to do is have an amazing day. See ya.